There are a lot of great carry options out there on the market right now, but I'm going to talk about why I chose the Springfield Armory Hellcat Pro. Now, they just released the 17 round magazines. This is the 15 round magazine, loaded it with snap caps. It is cleared. There you go. Now, I did test several different guns, so we'll go over the different guns that I tested, some of the ones that I didn't test, and ultimately why I chose the Hellcat Pro. Let's get to it. Let's go over the 3 guns that I did not test. I thought they would have been great options, but for one reason or other was not able to test them. The first is going to be the Glock 43, the Glock 43X. Personally, I'm just not a big Glock fan. They shoot really smooth, they're really easy to handle, the ergonomics are pretty decent trigger, but nothing spectacular about them, especially for the price point that they're at. They charge a hefty premium for a subpar gun in my opinion, but it's a good carry option. So for me, I just skipped those knowing, and personally, I'm just not one that kind of follows the crowd. A lot of people, it's a very popular gun, a lot of people have it, and I just didn't want to be that guy. The other gun that right along with that would be the PSA Micro Dagger, or the Dagger. I really wanted to test out the gun, feel it, shoot it. I've obviously shot some Glocks, so shooting a Gen 3 Glock, I'm sure it would be similar. Probably a little bit better experience with some of the upgrades that the Dagger throws in there. But again, I just wanted to handle the guns. So that was another option that probably could have worked, but I did not try out. The third option right along with that, there were some really good Canic options that I really liked. I've heard a lot of other gun tubers talk about those, so wanted to test those out, but the gun ranges that I went to, they only had the full size or the mid-size gun there. So me wanting to carry something a lot smaller, concealment's pretty much the most important thing for me. Concealment, comfortability. So I didn't want to shoot the larger guns. Hey, I really like this. Go to the smaller gun and it's too snappy, or something just felt off. So because of the local gun ranges didn't carry the Canics, I did not go with that. I will probably go to those, purchase some Canics later on, but for kind of the first concealed carry gun, I wanted to shoot it, handle it myself. Now there were some guns that I was able to shoot at the local gun range and feel them out, and they were awesome. So 2 of those, one is going to be the 6 Hour, of course, the P365 XL Macro. I think that's what it's called. Lots of different terms. It's a long name there. I really liked that one. It felt good. I just wasn't as accurate with it. So one of the things that I would try out there, so if I'm downrange, I would kind of come from down here. I obviously didn't have a holster for it, so I would either pick it up off the table or just have it aimed at the ground, come up and fire. And so testing the accuracy on the quick target acquisition, and that one just wasn't as sharp for me. It felt nice, it shot well, but for me, the accuracy wasn't quite there. Now, to be fair, I am not a sharpshooter, and I know other people that are more accurate with that P365. So that was personal preference. Again, why I think it's really important to go to the gun range to shoot these yourself, make sure that you have a good feel for the specific pistol that you are purchasing. The other one that I actually really liked is the Smith & Wesson Shield Plus. Now, that one is a little bit cheaper than this. I think the Shield Plus you can get in the mid to high 400s. This bad boy came in at $540 out the door with everything, and that was a great deal. Most of the ones that I see are about $600 or like low 600s. So the Shield Plus would have been a little bit cheaper, and I shot it really well. It ran really smooth, no malfunctions, wasn't expecting any. The one thing, and this is ticky-tack, so when I'm at the shooting range, or when I'm shooting with buddies, it would eject the shell so far back into the right that people behind me, like sitting up against that wall there, it would hit them with the shells. I get that is probably not an issue if you're working for concealed carry, but I would hope that 100% of the rounds through this are training rounds and not in a live situation. So training round wise, it would be really annoying if I came to the range and I was shooting shells at you the entire time, even if you're one bay over, far behind me. So that, as dumb as that may sound, was one of the reasons that I did not go with that one. So that left the Hellcat Pro. It is an incredible gun. I'm going to go over some of the features here with you, and the size comparison, and ultimately, you know, what made me get it. So my current setup with it, I actually do run the light. I don't run an optic right now. I put a Holosun 507K on there, but you do need an adapter plate with this footprint. And I just didn't love how it sat. It was a little bit higher, so the co-witness was just at the very bottom. It wasn't even a lower third. It was like at the very bottom of it. Not that I want a full co-witness, but at least something there. And I don't know, it just sits a little bit higher. Don't quite like it. So I think I'm going to hold out and get the Hellcat Pro X, waiting for them to come out with a green dot, and then I think I'll throw that on there. For now, I'm just running iron sights. That's where most of my training, most of my shots are through, so that's what I'm going to go with for now. Like I said, I do run a light. It's the TLR 7A by Streamlight. I've heard the 7 sub would fit a little bit better, but that's what I have for now. I will take this off though, just for the rest of the video, so that you have the accurate picture of what the Hellcat Pro looks like. Now let's go over some of the features. One of the biggest things for me when looking for concealed carry, I am a capacity whore, as Colin would say. So this is a 15 round mag, and that's what's going to sit flush at the bottom there. They do have a 17 round mag as well. Now every year, November, Thanksgiving, they run the Gear Up promotion, so you actually get 5 magazines. So I have 3 15 round mags and 2 17 round mags, which is awesome. Now normally when I carry, I do the 15 round mags, because this typically the handle is going to be what prints, is going to be what, you know, pops out from your jacket there, or from your shirt, and so having it even longer is going to print more. So I'll take the 2 less rounds and, you know, call it even. So that's 15 rounds against the Glock 43X, which is going to be, you know, not a huge fan, but that's very popular. People are familiar with that. So that has a 10 round magazine. So you get 5 more rounds. And if you would believe it, this is actually shorter than the Glock 43X. Now, to be fair, I think it's like 0.1 or 2 inches shorter, but it is going to be smaller this way. It is also thinner than the Glock 43X. This is 1 inch wide. To be fair, the Glock 43 I think is 1.1. Let me know in the comments if I got that wrong. The only thing that's different, or that's the other way against the Glock 43X, again, just using that as comparison, most people are pretty familiar with that pistol. The Hellcat Pro is going to be, I think it's 0.1 inch longer, but the barrel inside, this is a, I want to say it's a 3.7, again, correct me if I'm wrong, and the barrel of the Glock 43X is 3.4. So you're going to get a longer barrel in a smaller package overall with more capacity. So at least against kind of the standard, the Glock 43, Glock 43X, this is going to be a much better option as far as dimension-wise and capacity. So for me, that was a big one, and I really liked it. The other reason, you know, this might be petty, but for me as well, it just looks killer. It looks so good. It looks, the serrated edges are pretty aggressive. I really like that. The front sights, the back one is going to be a U dot, which is again a little bit unique, but I really liked just the overall feel, the look, and was able to get it on sale. That was another reason. So for $540, anyways, I think it's an incredible gun, but again, you need to go out to the range, shoot, get a feel for it. But it has glowing reviews. It's incredibly reliable, and it's going to be a lot of fun. Thanks for watching.